But yeah, man, thanks for joining me on this call. For people that don't know who you are, introduce yourself and what you do.
My brother, I'm gonna try to keep this simple and sweet, my brother. So I'm Kevin the Credit Guy. Most know me by Kevin the Credit Guy. And I have a credit repair company that I started for almost about 4.5 years ago. And I mean, we've been around on social media. I would say we're probably one of the bigger companies in social media right now with Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. And so obviously, we help people fix their credit, help build their credit, and we also help in the funding aspect as well. Come up with solutions on how to fund their business, but it's harder to fund a business without good credit, right? And so our focus is let's get your credit right where it needs to be so we can get your business funded faster. Mhm.
Nice. What got you started in this whole? Like, how did you start this business? Why did you start it? What got you into this industry?
Yeah, the good question. But this is something that I talk about on my TikTok live this week actually.
Mhm.
Is I like to be transparent about where I'm at, right? So I tell people, hey, here's my FICO score. Like it's not perfect because of this, right? My credit usage is here, and there's a FICO stimulator where if I were to pay off some of this debt, this is where I'm going to be in 1 or 2 months, right? And so I'm transparent about that stuff, and I tell people, hey, look, I mean, I was in the 500s 4.5 years ago. You guys look at me like I'm Kevin, the credit guy. This guy's been in an 800 credit score his whole life. Absolutely not, brother. I had 500 credit score 4.5 years ago. I had medical collections on my credit report, and I wanted to find a way to clear that stuff up. So I ended up learning how to dispute this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I got that stuff deleted, and I went up to 700s in the very first 3 months of disputing. And from there, I mean, I first of all, I had a brother-in-law who's also really big in the credit repair space, a lot of followers too. He's the one that kind of threw out this idea of credit, right? Credit repair. I had no idea what it was. From there, I just started learning, started picking his brain, and just kind of went from there, brother. And anyways, so yeah, around September 2020, decided to quit my job, and I had friends and some family members, about 3 or 4 clients that I charged like $500 maybe. I had like $2,500 savings when I quit my job. I had nothing. Ran out of that money, brother, and I had my wife. We had just gotten this apartment. We just got married, and she was kind of providing for like 2, 3 months. And I was just like, Jasmine, don't worry. I just gotta sign one person up at $99 a month. And that now becomes like $99 a month. If I sign somebody else, now that's $200 a month. If I sign 10 people, right? Now that's $1,000 a month, Jasmine. This stuff is gonna happen. I promise you. Just give me 1 or 2 months. And then decided to go on. That's when TikTok was so new. And I decided to build a TikTok account, post a video, started going live, and that's where it really started kicking in around November and December, January. January, we went to literally from 0 clients in October. In January, we went from 0 to 144 clients, right? February, we added another 220 on top of that, all by myself, brother. It was just me on the calls. It was just a constant grind, man, on social media. I think TikTok was one of the biggest reasons why, why I am who I am now, brother, and why the business is where it's at. It was TikTok, and I'm super thankful for that. At that time, it was trending. It was COVID. People were bored. TikTok was a new app, right? And I think that played a major factor, man. And so people will go on my lives right now. They'll go on my lives and be like, man, this is just another credit repair dude, right? I'm like, man, I've been doing this for 4 years, bro. Like, I've been on these lives for 4 years, brother. And I agree with you. There's all these credit repair gurus supposed to be now, but I'm one of the OGs, man, one of the first. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny when I reflect about that, man. But
When you started going on TikTok, were you like afraid, or you have social anxiety? Do you feel like imposter syndrome? What were your emotions?
I was nervous, man. I felt to this day, brother. I could be. I'm an extroverted person, right? But when it comes down to live conversations, right? Even right now, I'm a little nervous, right? But um, yeah, I get nervous on the camera still. People don't think I'm. They're like,
Yeah.
dude, why you don't seem like you get nervous. I'm like, no, bro, I'm actually really nervous. But I just battled it out, brother. Right?
Yeah.
I just battle that thing out, and yeah, I think that sometimes I do get a little bit of stage fright, right? And the lives are not always easy, but you just battle it out, bro. That's kind of just what I did. And then you build confidence, you know?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, I've had so many high moments, brother, with the TikToks, bro. I can go on for days about like, hey, we did this in 1 hour. This is what we did. This is how awesome this live was. We signed up this many people. We booked this many people. Right now, it's not like that, right? It's. I just got back into the lives after 3 years. I was consistent. I took about a 10, 12-month break. I just started 2.5 weeks ago going on these lives, and it's been very slow. But it's just you just sit there, you just deal with it, and you just deal with it. You keep grinding and you keep proving to TikTok. For me, I look at like you got to prove to TikTok like it's your woman, and you got to build that trust again. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to build that trust again with TikTok. That hey, I'm consistent. And I hope that the algorithm just picks up that Kevin, the credit guy, is consistent on these lives. Let's push out his content a lot more. So that's
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at with it.
For anybody that's like thinking about like having more social presence, and they're like, I don't know what to talk about. What are some tips that you may have that you feel free to share with them?
One of the things that I think the reason, well, let me just share this. My first account from October 2020 to October 2021, when the account was for a lot of stupid reasons, it was banned. We can talk about that. But in 1 year, I was able to grow that account from 0 followers to 600,000 followers in 1 year. All right. And right now I have another account that has 300,000 followers, and I'm doing nothing different than what I did on that first account. And the secret is when you give more, you receive more. The more you give, the more you receive. And the Bible talks about this. Blessed are those who give and receive, right? And when you can inject ways to provide free information to people, it gravitates them towards you. It's like a lead magnet in a way, right? When you provide free information to people, free dispute letters, which was my secret sauce. Here's a free medical. Here's a free late payment. Here's a free hard inquiry. When most other credit companies are like, why would you give that information? You should just charge them for it. It's like, brother, I wouldn't have clients if it wasn't for me giving this free information in the first place. The reason why I was able to grow this is because I did this. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what it is, brother. Just find ways to provide free information to people, and they'll come to you. They will come to you.
You really don't like hide any secrets. You're like an open book. You're like, here's
I hide some stuff. I hide some stuff. I hide some stuff. I won't show somebody like, hey brother, here's a power of attorney letter. Hey brother, here's a Metro 2 dispute letter that we use. Hey man, here's the, we use this software right here, brother. Why don't you use this? No, I mean, there's obviously limited, right? Everybody does, every business does that, But yes, I do give people limited information that's still it's resourceful, it's still useful. Not that it's not useful, it's just limited, right? But it's free. And so it could work. But obviously, people, you doing it for them is going to provide more. You'll be able to provide better results at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna like be curious, and they're gonna want to. You're gonna have a small percentage that'll do it themselves, which is fine. I think most people are gonna be like, I don't want to deal with this. Let me just see what this guy's about.
That's the whole reason. That's the whole goal behind it, brother. I have so many people on TikTok Live that are just like, hey man, I thank you for these letters, but I don't have time to do it. Can you just do it for me? Sure, send me a message. I've had people recently that sign up for my service through the TikTok Live, brother, that just send me a message. They don't even book a call. They just send me a message. I'm like, let me call you real quick, and boom, we sign them up.
Yep.
I would say social media, brother, is probably going to be where you're going to create your hottest, warmest leads ever. It's going to be a live presence, because in that live, you don't know it, but what you're doing is you're just building trust. You're building a trust factor. You're building like, hey, the CEO of Subway is on their live. This is pretty awesome. Same thing, right? The CEO of your credit company is on the live. It's you, and you're not hiding. You're showing them, hey guys, I have nothing to hide, right? If I had something to hide, I wouldn't be here. But I feel so confident of the service that we provide. I will be on this live to talk to you guys about credit. And if you guys have questions, you let me know. And if you need help, feel free to schedule a free call with me. You're building a trust factor with these people. That's what you're doing. You're creating this bond on this live so people can trust you when they see your face.
Yeah, I think if anybody's looking at, and no matter, even if it's not credit repair, like social media itself is such a powerful tool, particularly if you're business to consumer. Like if you have a service or a product, there's so much that you can provide them to help them, just see the value in your knowledge, and then inquire about, further help if they need it. So what are your aspirations for yourself or your business in the next, year, 3 years? What's next for you?
My next thing for me, brother, it's just a day by day thing, brother, is just continue the lives, man. Continue to grow on social media, right? I mean, I would want to be at 1 million followers on TikTok, 1 million followers on Facebook, 1 million on Instagram. I'm about 70% away from that, right? It's doable, and those are my biggest goals right there, brother. It's just I want to be, one of the top names in the game on social media, right? To build a community as well, like a school community would be super awesome, brother. I'm in the makings of that right now. Nothing's been set in stone, but it's something that I desire to do, brother. And then and just take it day by day, man. I think that one of the things I've learned is like when it comes down to business, brother, you got to find out how to be a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? And every day, there's so many unexpected turns that businesses can take, and so I'm just here taking it day by day, man. Just enjoying it and just problem solving, brother, along the way. And so,
And yeah, it's interesting that you came to that point because before, and we've had a discussion before, you weren't an entrepreneur, you were 9 to 5 kind of person, and TikTok really helped you, social media really helped you to like completely change your life.
yeah, yeah, my brother. I was working at a warehouse making $20 an hour. And the last time I worked at a warehouse job making $20 an hour, brother, was August 2020. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 4 years later, and we built something really big here. And I think that it's one of the biggest transitions I've ever made, and I'm super blessed. I'm super happy, man.
Yeah,
You
I think it's really that you're able to like be able to work with your dad every day on your business too.
Yeah. So my dad is he's my right hand man. He's always been loyal to any position that he's been at. Right, he was with the company for about 25 years. Went to another company for 4 years, and when I talked to him about this, he was hesitant. He said, "Kevin, I'm gonna let you know that if I go to you, I'm committed. I'll give you my all." And he ever since he's been with me, man. He's my right hand man, brother, and he treats this business as if it's his own. He takes a lot of pride in the business. So I'm super thankful to have somebody like him in my life. He's such a huge help. And I think the business here, I've kind of built it around, I don't say built it around family, brother, but I'm super big on family, and I've helped a lot of family members, with work along the way, man. And it's a huge blessing to provide, to be able to provide something like that for family. It's an awesome thing.
That's rewarding in itself, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. Well, anybody looking to like start a business, get their feet wet, take that first step, man. Like, what's the single best piece of advice that you can give them?
Sometimes you really do have to take that leap of faith, man. I think that there are so many business owners that I speak to that are so unsure. When it's clear to me that I see the vision for you. Like, I know how to get you funded. I know the steps you need to take. But I talk from experience. They don't understand from experience. They've never been through it, right? And I'm referring to business people that just open up an LLC or whatnot, right? That are still working a 9 to 5, that are scared to, take that leap of faith in investing whatever they need to invest in to get them to the next, just their next, chapter, right? And so I would say sometimes, man, just take the leap of faith. As long as you believe and you put in the work, it takes some work, but man, sometimes you do just have to take that leap of faith, and don't be afraid. Just make the moves.
Yeah, because you always find another shitty job.
That's what it is, brother. I always tell people, man, you're either going to make moves, you're going to make excuses. Only you really know deep inside whether you're making an excuse. I don't know. I don't know, but only you really know are you making a move or are you making an excuse? Only you really know, right?
Yep. Good advice, man. All right, we'll wrap things up there. If somebody wants to check more information about your business funding or your credit repair, how to find you?
Man, the biggest way is find me on social media, Kevin the Credit Guy, brother. On TikTok, it's Kev the Credit Guy. Instagram, Facebook, Kevin the Credit Guy.
Awesome. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.